Hello and welcome to Sunset Talks, a podcast by Sunset Hospitality Group. Our podcast delves into the world of hospitality. We go behind the scenes with our guests who are parts of Sunset team members. And today, we're going to discuss a lot of things regarding marketing. I have two guests, Iliana and Sara. Welcome to Sunset Talks. And we're going to tackle a lot of information today. We're going to talk a lot of stuff about marketing. I will just introduce Iliana, who's, by the way, she's my manager. So I have to look really good and ask good questions, Iliana. Iliana, you're the Senior Director of Marketing for Daylife and the Head of MARCOM, which is Marketing and Communication. And we have Sara Stosic. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
Perfect. And you are the Senior Director of Marketing for Dining. With both of you, we're gonna dive into the world of marketing for hospitality. Marketing is very generic, so we're gonna know more about hospitality itself. What is the differences? What are the differences? And all these details. So for that, we join you to welcome us. My name is Hassan, and I'm from Corporate Marketing. To start, first of all, if you allow me, Sara, I will start with Iliana. Iliana, I want to know more about your journey. I want to know more about why you joined Sunset and why you chose marketing.
So I'm in Dubai for the last 12 years and with Sunset 7 years. I've been through different aspects of hospitality, different industries within hospitality. I studied hospitality management, so there was always the passion there. But throughout the years and going through different sectors of hospitality, let's say, I found that marketing is something that I really enjoyed because it's very creative. And after going through some other companies here in Dubai, I am for the last 7 years with Sunset.
I think you're one of the first people who joined the marketing team.
Yes, correct. I'm in general, I'm the group of people that we are the longest within the company. Yeah.
Sara, what about you? Why did you join Sunset? And were you passionate about the hospitality industry? That's why you chose to join?
I think that ever since I started my career years ago, it's always been hospitality for me, and it's always been marketing and media and communications. I went to school in New York where I spent 10 years, and I enrolled in media and communications. This was my bachelor's degree, and ever since I started my first internships, they were in this industry. So I worked on Broadway. I had an opportunity to intern at MTV. I did some fashion PR. Then I went into corporate PR. And then hospitality industry with nightclubs, which used to be my very big passion in life. And I kind of evolved over the years, I would say. So from nightlife, I am now even more passionate about the restaurant industry, which is where I've been at for the last couple of years. But to be honest with you, the hospitality industry really is a fusion of all of this, of music, of fashion, of the culinary world, of nightlife. It's just one big melting pot.
You're both passionate about hospitality. It's not that you were at some point had to choose hospitality because there was no other option. I can see the passion here.
I don't think you can work in this industry unless you're passionate, because you will be miserable.
I'm quoting Antonio, who is the chairman of Sunset. If you don't love your job, just go look for something else.
You cannot do this. You cannot be in hospitality if you don't have a passion for it. It's I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, obviously. But can you tell me more about your routine, your daily routine when you come to the office every day? You have a big team, Iliana.
Yes, I have a team here in Dubai because we are the head office here in Dubai. I have a team of 10 people, marketing managers, graphic designers, and of course there are people in the other offices around the world, in other countries. So yes, every day the good thing is that every day is different. I don't know about you, Sarah. I think we are facing the same routine, let's say, because honestly there is no routine. Every day is different, and this is the beauty of the hospitality industry. Right. Exactly. So I have my morning meetings with all my marketing managers. We're going over all the, the to-do list, the tasks that we have ahead of us. We're discussing campaigns. We're discussing designs with the graphic designers. Once a week, we have a team meeting going through everything. So yes, more or less, if we would say a routine, would be that.
But you have every day something new.
Yeah.
Sara, in your case, we have a lot of restaurants opening here in Dubai and in other 16 other countries. So is your daily routine similar to Iliana's?
Yes and no. I mean, I definitely agree that no day is the same, and things tend to be quite hectic. There are times when we travel a little bit more than other times, but it's definitely not boring. I wouldn't say I necessarily have a routine that every day at 10 o'clock I do something, or at 11 I do something else, but definitely, catching up with the team, catching up with different agencies. There are days when I change 4 locations, when I don't even come to the office. Maybe I'll go to Mot, I'll go to Lamo, I'll end up on the Palm. Really, you never know what's going to happen, depending on whatever is on the agenda for that particular
Which is also
week.
somehow it's a fun part, because otherwise you would be stick to the office the whole day and it would be boring.
It's interesting
but
to be connected.
This is our normal. That's the thing.
Exactly.
This sticking to the office 9 to 5 or 10 to 6, I don't know what people do. This is not our life.
Yeah, exactly. Iliana, there's something about you that I saw and I really appreciate, and is that you don't only stick to your marketing role. You also like to give ideas, concepts. You like to come up with these things. Tell me, is it by chance, or do you think about it? Do you do efforts? What do you do?
This is where my interest and passion is. I love creating new brands, new concepts, being creative, have the team and go and do like brainstorm sessions, come up with ideas, new activations, new designs. All this, I find it really, really exciting. And this is where my passion is. So whenever I find the opportunity to be part of this creative stage, I'm always...
You're always on it.
Yes, I love
Sara,
it.
I know that you already helped with creating some concepts.
Brand creation is definitely a big segment of my job. And like Iliana was saying, it definitely falls under the sphere of what we do on a daily basis. I think that in the last year I was fortunate to work on 5 new concepts in Italy, 1 in Saudi. Now we're working on a couple more in Dubai. So yes, definitely.
Amazing. If you have to choose, Iliana, one aspect of the world of hospitality that is really interesting for you, what would it be? I think maybe the part of creating a new concept
I think as I mentioned before, creating new hospitality concepts, either they are beach clubs or whatever it is, even though at the moment I'm handling the Daylife division of Sunset, which is all the beach clubs. Creating new concepts, regardless if they are a beach club or a restaurant, or that's where my passion is.
I think this is not a routine thing, because
Not at all.
Trends, they change on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we have force majeure from outside that forces you to change some things. What about you, Sara? What is the most fulfilling part of the hospitality world?
I think communication as a whole, and this is definitely my forte, both as a person in my professional and private life, I would say, and public relations. I think one of my strengths is really putting the dots together and bringing people together to make.
Yeah,
magic
she's
happen.
good at that.
Together to celebrate life.
She's good at that. She's good.
Iliana, because we mentioned that, I think that maybe you would love to be, instead of, let's say you have the chance for one day to be in another role. I think I have what you have in mind, but I let you tell me, please.
There are two different, completely different departments that I would love to be part of. The one is the brand development, like how we grow the company, how we grow and we expand the brands internationally. So that I find it extremely interesting. And the other one has to do more with the design, because again, it has a lot of the creative aspect that I love. So yeah, I think I need to speak to our colleagues and start doing some internships. Yeah.
Maybe I should warn the head of these departments.
Exactly. I'm coming after them.
Zara, what about you? What?
Honestly, I wouldn't want to change my job for a different role,
just tell me
but
for
for
one
one day, I would like to be in the shoes of my boss,
Okay.
who is the
Cool.
president of the dining division.
Oh, that's interesting.
And this is for
both-
pure admiration purposes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just to see what really happens behind the scenes and be exposed to things that we may not even think about.
Yeah. Both of you are senior directors, and so there's I would say competition, but since both of you are from different, like you are dining, you are Daylife and MARCOMs, but there must be competition.
There is no
At some point.
competition
No.
whatsoever.
No. No. The opposite.
And actually, we're super close friends.
Yeah.
Super close friends.
And to be very honest, at times I rely a lot on your strengths and advice, because I'm not perfect or strong at everything. So that's, I think, where we complement each other. She's extremely strong with PR and communication. I'm stronger with social media design and these things. So we always, talk about how we can help each other. So competition so far, nothing.
And actually, we built a relationship in a way where we can really relate to, obviously, to each other's jobs and things that we go through on a daily basis, and this allows us to give advice to each other and to support one another, and we really are happy for one another whenever something good happens, and we are there when it's not as good.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to believe that.
No, it's true. It's true.
Now, the question, you're Serbian and you're Greek.
Yes.
But you communicate sometimes in Greek. Which is easier for you, English or Greek?
We like talking in Greek because nobody understands.
So there's a lot of gossips.
No, but it's easier. Sometimes it's easier to communicate in Greek.
In Greek.
And it's our thing.
It's
Yeah.
our thing, exactly.
This is
It's
one
another
of the-
thing that connects us.
This is one of the best things about Sunset, the amount of nationalities we have. We have around 85
Exactly.
as of Jan.
No, it's a lot.
If I want to know more about the collaborations, because you mentioned that you ask her for some help, you ask her for some advice. Did you guys collaborate at some point to come up with a concept, with an event, with anything?
You have examples where Daylife collaborates with, let's say, with the gyms, or for example, Drift with Rays, which is in Jumeirah Islands Clubhouse, and by default falls under the dining division. Now we're doing something nice, a CSR
Aura.
activity at Aura, again with Rays. So yes, there have been instances where we collaborate, but there are also instances where we may share some resources, or we may tackle and pick each other's brains to see who will be the best resource, or may it be an agency or anything like that for a Daylife brand or a dining brand, someone that I've worked with or that
There
she's
is
worked with.
collaboration behind and in front, like as you
Okay.
said, behind like resources, PR agencies, content creators, translators, whatever it could be, and in front like combining our brands, creating special events or special activations. So yeah.
And sometimes we do campaigns together.
Yeah,
Like
true.
let's say if it's something big, for example, related to the airport or to a front cover or maybe international, we will put our budgets together and do something that's mutually beneficial and fruitful.
One of the good things about Sunset is we have good representation for women in the leadership positions. And you both are women in leadership. You have huge teams in Dubai, outside Dubai. I want to know from you, Iliana, more about your role as a woman. Did you have any, not only in Sunset, in your journey as a marketeer since ever you joined the professional world, did you face any challenges as a woman, and now you're a leader? So tell me more about that.
No, I wouldn't say I face challenges, no. What is very important, regardless if you are a woman or you're a man, is wherever you go, in whatever position you are, to set your boundaries, create your space, show your skills, earn the respect from your colleagues. So I don't think it has to do with the if you are a man or if you are a woman. No, challenges I wouldn't say. I was always respected by my supervisors, but the people that I worked for, by my colleagues. Of course, throughout the years, as we grow and we become more confident and with more experience, we handle situations differently. But no, I would never say that I was in a weird situation that I felt, that I'm different because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
No.
What about you, Sara?
Yes, I believe I did. When it comes to glass ceiling, there definitely have been certain companies in my past where I reached a point and I realized that I simply could not grow anymore because I wasn't a man.
Yeah.
And there definitely have been instances where the pay wasn't equal, again, due to the gender.
So, but this pushed you to leave, look for other opportunities.
I
and
wouldn't
grow.
say that these were the only reasons that pushed me to leave, but when you want to evolve in life and when you want to grow, you need to remove obstacles, and when you face obstacles like this, you need to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
But again, I've never been victimized in any way, or I've never received any discrimination of any sort. But yes, I mean, I don't think we can pretend that being a woman, even in 2024, is not a challenge.
It happens. It
Of
happens.
course.
We should not hide it. It happens. Sometimes, yes, women are get paid less, or they don't have the same opportunities, or they don't grow within a company as fast. It happens. The fact that we didn't really face it in a
I mean, you see it in Hollywood as well. So
I think it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. It depends. I guess the people you work with, how I would say that it depends what you allow as well to happen to you. When you feel disrespected.
That's
always.
when you said you set your own boundaries.
Exactly.
Iliana, I want you to tell me one thing about Sara's leadership skills that you think is something that is really nice and good about her. There's a lot, but just one thing.
No, what I like with Sara is that she has a very, very big amount of brands under her. And she has the ability to never stress or never panic.
Not in public.
I mean, you don't show anything. You don't show anything.
There's a mask.
But honestly, but still, this is a skill, right?
Of course.
So even if you panic and you are stressed inside, the fact that she doesn't show anything to her colleagues or to her team, I think this is very, very important for a role and position as the one that she has.
What about you, Sara? Tell me one thing that you feel Iliana has.
If there was one trait that I could take from her or work on, and I mean, I hope to develop this in my further career, it's actually her calmness. Because I sometimes feel that I get hectic, and then when I speak to her, she has, or when I look at her, or the way in which she's doing things, it brings peace to my mind. I don't know how to explain it to you.
That's super nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Cool. We should look at this in a very challenging way. So one of the things also that I want to know from you is your managing styles. Probably Iliana has around maybe, I would say 10,
10.
11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10.
And Sara, I'm not sure how many team
15
members you have.
plus.
15 plus. So Iliana, tell me more about your managing styles. What is your type of management?
Yeah.
Do you micromanage your employees? Do you trust them?
It's a very, very nice question because nobody was immediately a director with a team. We all went through different phases and stages in our career, right? So at the beginning, when I started first having a team, it was very hard for me to manage people. It's not easy. Might seem easy, but it's not easy. So I think one of the mistakes that I did at the beginning, that I was micromanaging because I was trying to keep the control of the results of everything. And that didn't help me and didn't definitely help my team. So I had to really work, and I believe that I've reached a point that I give space to my team to grow. I change the way I give feedback because it's very important as well, not just to blame for mistakes, it's just to explain, show them the way, and empower. Exactly, and empower them. If you just shout and scare them, you don't have a team. They cannot be any positive from that attitude. So I think being a leader is more important than managing people. Definitely. You need to show them. So I try to do that. I try to handle each person of my team differently. It's different personalities. Every person has different needs. I need to be there to listen, to understand, to give solutions. So instead of doing it myself, so I do it faster, I show the way, I explain, and I let them do it.
Yeah,
that's
as a witness, I confirm. I mean, you're as a leader. We see a lot of memes on LinkedIn, like you're a leader or you're a boss.
Yes.
And we see that the leader is the person who helps the team, help them grow, etc., etc. Sara, what do you do? What is your style?
I would say I agree with a lot of things that Iliana has said. And now that we're in this part of our career where we strive to be leaders and the best version of ourselves, I think it's very important that we empower our team and make sure that they have the tools and resources to be successful. And it is our job and responsibility to nurture their growth and to make sure that they become the best version of themselves. And this is something that I strive to do on a daily basis. I definitely do not micromanage. A, I don't have time for that. B, I wouldn't want to be micromanaged, and I just don't think that this is the way to empower somebody's growth.
Yeah, exactly. In some of the collaborations for you together, let's say we're gonna pretend to have a new campaign and you have to work or to collaborate on something. If Iliana, you have to choose one thing from the dining vibes, let's say, to introduce it to your own campaign, what would it be? Like she has dining, she has restaurants, and there must be something that is shining in her department, in her, let's say, venues. If you want to choose one thing to add it to one of your beach clubs.
I know.
She has done throughout the years different collaborations with brands, different special activations. Sometimes, yes, I'm envy of these collabs that she's doing, but because I know how strong she is with, and that's her main, not main skill, but it's one of the
that's her weapon.
Exactly, it's her communication skills, her contacts, and how she is with the third parties. Yes, this is sometimes that I would like to take
it. Sara, what about you? What would you choose from the beach clubs or
the social media savvy that I see? 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. What it be like if you want to give one piece of advice to Sara as the senior director of dining, and vice versa? We start with Iliana.
Advice. I hate advices. I don't like giving advices
I'm
because.
trying to.
Yeah, I know. No, I wouldn't give an advice. I would tell her something that I would tell myself.
I was just thinking that.
That
My God, there's so the telepathy.
we are. That it never becomes easier. You just become better.
Okay.
So this is something that I say to myself a lot of times. This is an advice, if you like, as you said, that I would say to anyone. It's never easier. It doesn't get easier. You just become better and better, and that's it.
My advice would be not to rush.
Mm-hmm.
Just not to rush. And this is something that I also tell myself every day. I mean, sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. But
No, you walk too fast. I can tell that Sarah's passing just by
From the steps.
Yeah, from her steps. Yeah. If I want to know more about the, let's say, the brand guidelines of the company, maybe Iliana here, you're the best to answer this because you are the head of MARCOM and the corporate marketing. So do you find any struggles with maintaining the image of Sunset while you have a lot of venues, a lot of concepts, and you have to be ahead of the competition? Do you find this struggle or you manage?
No, not at all. Not at all. In the opposite, I find it extremely interesting and challenging because it's like a double personality. You need to be very lifestyle and trendy and funky with all the day life, the beach clubs, and following the trends and be very current. And then corporate marketing has a more, serious business, let's say, profile. Still, though, because we are a hospitality company, we are trying everything related to corporate. Still, we are trying to put these lifestyle elements in our visual identity, in our tone of voice. Always, we are trying to keep that aspect. But no, I find it very interesting that I'm handling both. That they are very different, but they have similarities as well. And the common ground is the lifestyle and how we want to bring people together through our brands and through the experiences that we offer.
So you just come to the office and do you sometimes find any, let's say, struggles with, today I'm more lifestyle, today I'm more corporate?
No, I have two hats. I'm wearing one hat for 1 hour, then I'm wearing the other hat, the other one. No, I don't. And I think I couldn't, and I'm very honest, not because you're sitting there, but I couldn't do this if I didn't have the right people next to me, because otherwise it would be impossible for me to do any of the things that I'm doing. So the fact that I have people that I trust, that I know that they're gonna do everything above and beyond, it's an amazing thing and luck to have. No, I really mean it. I really mean it. It's I could never take credit for all the job that we are doing, because we are, including me, we are 11 people working together, and we all contribute something.
Ideas,
so yeah.
Sara, what about you? Do you have any struggles with that? I mean, I think you don't have it because you're mainly focused on the dining experiences, and it's all somehow homogeneous. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I would say that my struggle is just making sure that I'm keeping everything under control, to be honest with you. Because now that we have all of these international markets, it's not as simple as just having a couple of restaurants in Dubai. You're talking to different time zones. You're in touch with people who live in different countries and who think and do things in a different way than we do in Dubai. And you do need to adapt to that. You do need to respect that. And as you know, we're in so many countries and different continents that there are days when I get confused which country I'm speaking to and who my meeting is, and so this can be a challenge, but it's but in a positive way, because your brain never stops working, and I think that for us, for career-oriented people, this is extremely important.
And this is your role, to make sure that everything is, getting the same tone of voice, same brand guidelines. So at the end of the day, even if you're dealing with a lot of people from different backgrounds, you have brand guidelines that you have to
And
stick
this is a
to.
challenge because now that Sunset Hospitality is growing and expanding so much, our main goal is to maintain and be sure that all markets and all offices around the world, they follow the same guidelines. So as the head office here in Dubai, we are responsible for educating, if you like, all the teams and making sure that each country, whatever restaurant we are opening, they are following exactly the same guidelines, the standards. So it's part of the job as well.
Especially that we have now head offices also in Europe and in Asia.
Correct.
Besides Dubai. If you want to give a piece of advice for the people who work in marketing in general and those who work marketing for hospitality specifically, what would you tell them, Iliana?
For me, it's extremely important to always be updated on the trends, the competition. Every day, not every week, every day you have new openings, you have new restaurants, you have new beach clubs, you have new concepts. So you need to understand what's happening around you. You need to be very quick in adapting your strategy, your visual identity. There are multiple big brands that throughout the years refresh themselves. Why? They are super successful. They don't have to do it, but they do because you need to continue being current and relevant and fresh. So for us, it's very important to know not only what's happening in Dubai, but we need to know what's happening in Bali, what's happening in Miami, what's happening in London. It's extremely important for us to be aware in order to perform better.
Sara, what about you? Do you have any piece of advice?
Yes, definitely. My advice to people who are just starting their careers is that they need to put in the hours and nothing comes overnight.
Yep.
And we aren't where we are today just because...
By accident.
Exactly, by accident. And I think that new generations... don't think the same way, and I see this on a regular basis, even when I interview young people who are fresh out of college, and you see them applying for jobs and they think they're going to be directors, right? Yeah. And it simply doesn't work that way. So my advice to them is step by step, and really it's the journey that matters, and these steps will shape you to become potentially the best version of yourself. And you need to succeed, you need to fail, you need to go through all of these phases in your career in order to become...
You can be passionate, but instead of going big leaps, you can just do it step by step.
You will get there.
Why the rush?
Yeah.
Iliana, I want you to tell me, where do you see the Daylife in the coming years at Sunset? Definitely opening new beach clubs.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, how
to say the least.
Exactly. How at the moment we are at a stage where we are expanding the existing brands that we have in other markets, including we have Bali, we have Marbella, we have Ibiza, Vietnam is coming soon, Morocco. So we are expanding. And the fun part is that we are creating new concepts as well under the Daylife that we're going to place either in the local market or we will export to international markets. So for me, I'm happy to see that things that were created from scratch, from a piece of paper, let's say, and that they become big international beach clubs, that's amazing. So definitely I want to continue that. And in parallel, create new concepts under Daylife to open them around the world. Yeah.
Sara, we hear a lot of openings that, let's say, an international restaurant opening in Dubai. In our case, we're taking our brands outside Dubai. Well, what is it in the dining? Where do you see it?
I think in general, when you look at the dining industry in the Middle East and in Dubai, the way it started 10 years ago, Dubai used to export all the big brands and to bring them here. And now we've reached a level of maturity where we are able to create advanced and sophisticated brands and export them to the rest of the world. And I actually have a couple of brands like this that we created, that we conceptualized, that we brought into life. And we're now seeing them grow across different continents. And I mean, Isola is one of them. Isola is a casual Italian brand that we created 3 years ago here in Dubai, in Jumeirah Islands. And we are now opening our 5th Isola in the world in Milan.
That's a very proud moment. And also for Iliana, I think one of the success stories is Amos as well, which is also was created in Dubai and is going abroad now.
And Aura as well.
And Aura as well. So
Aura was,
you have a lot of both of you have a lot of brands that we are so proud of taking them outside Dubai. With this, I sum up our episode. It was really amazing. I admire your journeys, both of you.
Thank you.
And it's not because you're here sitting next to me, but I personally learned a lot because I'm coming from marketing background, and I'm happy to be working with people who have a vision, who we can learn from. Definitely not micromanaging, and for this episode is not only for the people who are in marketing, it's also for everyone to know more about the hospitality management behind the scenes. As I said, we take everyone behind the scenes to know what is happening behind the opening and the fun and the music and the delicious meals. So with this, I summarize our episode for today. Thank you again, Iliana and Sara, for joining me. And thank you for watching this episode. And as we say in Sunset, join us as we bring people together.